Boson Netsim. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Microphone check. Give me a second. Y'all know what we're doing today? Boson Netsim. I'm launching it up right now. It's taking its sweet time to come up though. There you go. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Your boy had a long day at work. Oh. What a long day, man. What a long day. Oh. Phone just fell. Hit me with a bruh in the chat if y'all can hear me. We working with Boson Netsim today, so hopefully you guys have a copy of that. If not, then you might have to cable up your topology just like that. But today we're gonna work with MST again, but the lab in Boson Netsim. I do have version 13. I also have the old version as well, but I got this new version from Boson, straight from the folks at Boson. Is it Boson or Boson? Y'all let me know. Let me pop this out of the way. This is the topology we're working with today. 6 switches, 2 access layer, 2 distribution layer, 2 core layers. Don't worry about the routers. We are working with just the local area network today. So y'all know what it is. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, man, because y'all know sometimes I be screaming and talking and don't even realize. So yeah, that's what we're working with today. The MST lab, Spannng tree. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. I don't see anybody in the chat over there. Let me refresh because I know how this lab, this streaming be. Let me see. There y'all go. We got S Smooth in the building. I always got to refresh. I'll be like, I won't be seeing the stream. I got to refresh. Spinning Spiral 362 in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Thank you for rocking with me. Y'all know I've been consistent when I was doing the CCNA videos and stuff, right? Streaming. Now that we got the CCNP, I don't know why, just life just starting to hit me in the face. Plus these are harder topics, so I've been having to prepare, and it's just haven't been having time to prepare. Today had I had a lot of stuff at work. Not really a lot of stuff. I was doing iOS upgrades. Had a camera to go down, a Meraki camera, so I had to take care of that, and then. As my day was winding down, the place then blew up. Well, one of the network closets. Basically, there was a. I walked into the network closet and all I smelled was smoke, man. Something burning. It ended up being the UPS that was overloaded. We had 4 devices. Actually, yeah, 5 devices connected to it. We had a Cisco 4506 switch connected to it. And then 4 3560s connected to it. That UPS got overloaded, and I smelled it, and I was like, I had to call the guys that work on the power issues and stuff. I just went ahead and unplugged every switch, connected to a power strip, let them things go. Powered it on that way, and then I queued up these other ones that needed to get upgraded anyway because I knew they were going to get rebooted anyway. So queued up the new version of iOS on there. And then once we got ready to swap everything over, the iOS got upgraded. I should do a video on upgrading iOS. But anyway, today's lab is Boson Netsim. We're going to do MST again today. Did it not launch? It did launch. It launched in my other window here. Yeah, I'm just discombobulated. I didn't give you no bruh sound effects. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, so from the good folks at Boson, they gave me a promotional copy. Again, I'm going to be giving away a copy as soon as these people get with it. Let's see here. So for this lab, again, we have 6 switches, 2 access, 2 distribution layer, 2 core switches, and we're going to convert each virtual local area network, or each VLAN PVST group, over to a single instance of spanning tree by using a multiple spanning tree, or MST. Y'all remember what we said about that, right? So with per VLAN spanning tree or rapid per VLAN spanning tree, you have an instance of spanning tree for every VLAN, right? Which means if you've got 100 VLANs or 200 or 300, 400, 500 VLANs, guess what? You have 500 instances of spanning tree. Well, MST can kind of compile all of those, instances of spanning tree and put them into what's called one region or group. So, or one instance, really. Can't really talk right now. So, anyway, let's get that loaded up here. We have, let's see, load lab. Thought I did that already. Okay, so it's loading up right now. Y'all let me know if y'all got a copy of Boson. If not, again, I'm going to be doing a giveaway once I get to about 5,000 subscribers. They gave me a promo copy, and I'm going to give away a copy as soon as these people, act right, And I think this thing is still loading over here. So if you do want to use hardware or, packet tracer or some kind of, I don't think packet tracer supports MST or any other simulator to simulate this, then you are going to have, hang on a second. Six switches, just like this right here. Cable them up just like that, right? That's going to give you, that's a lot of work to do that. But, like I said, with this application here, all of this stuff is preloaded for you. They already did most of the trunking. Remember the last lab that we did multiple spanning tree? We had to, have these links right here trunk to the other ones, so that way all of our VLANs would span across the network, right? Well, all of that stuff is already done for us. All of the host names are already, that's the beauty of Boson. You could just load up a lab and then say, hey, look, I want to learn a topic. I don't know. Let's say I want to learn about, OSPF, right? You type in OSPF, and then you have all of these OSPF labs, all the way from, you can learn the CCNA level. We have some Encore labs, which we're going to get to once we start doing OSPF, right? And then also the NRC level, we have some OSPF labs there as well, right? So, but that's the beauty of Boson Netsim. I'm pretty sure some of you guys heard of it, and if not, then like I said, I will be kind of like doing a demonstration here, and this is pretty much why they gave me this copy. So let's see here. Let's pop this out. This some of the so I'm used to the old version. We got to pop this out so we could use it actually. So you click float, and these are our instructions. First thing they give you here is the list of commands that you're going to be using for these labs. Some of the stuff is basic stuff, right? The abort. I don't think I knew about the abort command. I don't think I knew about that command, but obviously configure terminal, enable, exit, all of these, the basic commands right here. And then we start, once we start getting to the nitty gritty part of the lab, they start giving you those, or actually this is done in alphabetical order. What am I talking about? Yeah, this is done in alphabetical order, but they start giving you the commands that you can use for that lab, right? So show running config, obviously, show spanning tree VLAN, block ports, etc., etc. Some of the similar commands that we used in the last live stream when we was doing MST. Except we did MST using the CCNP lab manual, right? So I don't want to read through all of this here. Basically, what they want to have us do here is, so there's 6 VLANs on these switches here, right? Let me see if I can pull up that topology again. So we got 6 VLANs across these switches here, right? And I did kind of like a quick run through, so I know exactly what it is. So I don't want to read all this to y'all like y'all in the 3rd grade and shit, right? But basically, we have 6 VLANs, 1 through 6 on all of these switches here, right? Basically, what they want us to do is create, and right now they're running rapid PVST, right? Which is, another flavor of spanning tree, right? Now, what they want us to do is create one of these switches to become a root switch, and then another one to become a backup root switch, right? And then we're going to convert these guys to instead of using PVST, we're going to use MST, which we learned how to do that in the last stream as well, right? So now we're just going to use Boson Netsim to do that. And another thing about this that I like about this is the questions that they usually start out with some basic questions about the topic that you're going to learn, right? So hopefully you've done some theory reading or whatever, like the official cert guide or whatever, and then you'll be able to answer these questions if you've done enough reading. If not, then you got to go back to the drawing board, read up on that theory again and come back and then answer these questions and then start doing the actual labs. They start giving you tasks and stuff like that. So right here it says here, task 1, plan and migration, right? So determine the state of STP running on that network by answering the following questions. How many instances of STP are running in each switch? Well, I already told you guys that since we already know that we're going to be migrating from PVST to MST, we said with per VLAN spanning tree, that tells us right there, per VLAN, we're running an instance of spanning tree. Well, how many instances of spanning tree are we running here? We said 6, but let's go ahead and do what we always do, right? Verify our work, right? By running show command. So let's go ahead and pick one of these bad boys, right? Go to topology, right? And then let's pick ASW1, the access switch, right? Press enter, go to enable mode, and then we'll say, there's so many ways we can do this, right? It says here, how many instances of an STP are we running in each switch, right? Basic one we like to do is what? Show span, right? And that tells us right there. Every VLAN, right? So this right here tells us how many instances of spanning tree. Well, we know that VLAN 1, that's 1 instance right there, right? VLAN 2, that's 1 instance. That's 2 right there, right? So VLAN 3, so on and so forth. I already told y'all that there's 6 instances of 6 VLANs in here, right? So that tells us right there that there's what? 6 instances of spanning tree that we're running here. What was the next question? Are the switches running in PVST mode or MST mode? The command that we use to do that is, well, this right here already tells us, right? When we do show span, it tells us right there, spanning tree enabled, protocol PVST. We could also do show span summary. That tells you which one you're running. It tells us right there, switches in PVST mode. Another thing we could do is what? Show run and then span or section span, right? But remember, I try to get you guys to use other show commands other than show run, right? Because show run gonna give you all the answers. We like to run other show commands to kind of like verify our work. Because usually when you're taking these tests, like CCNP, the CCNP test and CCNA tests and stuff like that, they give you show command output, and you got to kind of like, interpret that show command, and usually it's not really show run. So that's why we want to try to run other show commands other than show run. So, but we can do that anyway. Show run, pipe section, and what? Spanning tree or spanning? I don't know. Probably, yeah, that's one way we do it. Section spanning. And then that tells us right there, spanning tree mode, PVST. So that was that question right there. This dude don't act like he don't know how to use a test or whatever. So anyway, how many VLANs are configured on a switch? Well, we already said that there's 6 right there. Show span could do that. We could also do what? Show VLAN, right? That's another one. That tells us right there, we got 6 VLANs, right? Including the default. Technically, we've got these other ones that are in there, the default ones. But you can't touch those. You can't delete those or anything. You can't modify those. So technically we have what? 6 plus 4, 10 VLANs, but we don't really count those, right? How many VLAN groups are configured on the distribution switches? How many VLAN groups? That's a trick question there, right? So, and if we don't know the answer, another thing about Boson Netsim is they give you the solution at the end. So that's another thing I like about Boson Netsim, right? So let's go to distribution switch. Let's pick DSW1 and figure that out, right? We said how many VLAN groups. We could just do show VLAN on it, and it tells us right there. There's no groups, but we do have 6 VLANs on here. None of them are groups. They're not grouped together or anything like that. We could also do what? Show span MST, but we already know that we're running PVST on here. So show span summary. We got 6 VLANs, but no groups. Because why? We're still in PVST mode. So what else we want to know here? How many VLANs? Oh, we already did that. Which VLANs are in each group? That's a trick question. I might have to come back to that one. Because now they ask how many VLANs are in each group. And I don't think we have any groups, but we'll figure that out later. Anyway. Any questions so far or anything like that? Like, again, this is just a demo for Boson Netsim. If y'all like what y'all see so far, first of all, hit me with that like. Second of all, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway once I reach a certain amount of subscribers, which I already said is 5,000. We want to try to reach I want to reach that by the end of the summer. So y'all, if y'all not subscribed to this channel, make sure y'all subscribe, man. Also, join the Discord server. Like today, for example, is a prime example. I was running late, and I still didn't let y'all know, but I will let y'all know if I'm running late or whatever, and let y'all know. Typically, we stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll let y'all know, hey, I'm canceling today's stream, or I'm moving the stream for a couple minutes up. Turn that light on. You'll get a heads up on the Discord server, so make sure y'all join to that. Here is the invite to the Discord server in the chat room there. So make sure y'all join. What else did I want to say about that? Yeah, so if y'all like this application, again, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. Just make sure y'all stay tuned in. And I will run a raffle, and we're gonna be giving away copies of this stuff. Not just one copy. I'm gonna be giving a couple away. Because they, like I said, the CCNA version, the Encore version, if you're studying for Encore, also the NRC version, right? So I'm gonna be giving away a bunch of stuff, man. It's like early Christmas in here. So, what was the next question? We're gonna have to come back to 1E, the VLAN groups. I think there's only 6 VLANs, and none of them are grouped together or anything like that. Which switch is the primary route for each VLAN group? Well, we know that when we did the show span sum, we know that right here, DSW1, it tells us right there, we are the root bridge for VLANs 1, 2, and 3. So this switch right here is the root bridge for those 3. And then let's go to DSW2. I'm going to kind of predict that this is the other. If they design this network correctly, that will be the root bridge for the other 3 VLANs. Let's double check that, right? With what? Show span summary. Enable. Show span summary. And yes, we are the root. This one is the root bridge for 4, 5, and 6. So this guy is the root bridge for 1, 2, and 3. That guy's the root bridge for 4, 5, and 6. And the reason why I said if they would have designed this network correctly, which they did, obviously, because it's preloaded, you want to make the spanning tree root bridge the center of your network, at least the center of your network, and at least a beefier switch that can handle so much traffic. Because, man, again, before we send our traffic out to the internet, it needs to when it goes through the local area network, it needs to go to the root bridge first before it leaves out the network. So if this PC is sending traffic to, say, I don't know, VLAN 5, right? We know that this is the root bridge for VLAN 5. That means the traffic is going to go, well, I didn't really figure out which one's the root port or anything like that, but theoretically it will go like from here to the root bridge and then out to the internet. Maybe that way or that way. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't fully dissected this network, but again, before it leaves out the network, it goes to the root bridge first, then it goes out to the network, right? What was the next question? He is the primary root bridge for each group. Okay, so we figured that out, right? Last question for this section. What can you do to minimize the number of STP instances running on the switches while still maintaining the same consistency of the network? Same thing, like I said, implementing MST. We've got 6 VLANs here, right? It might not sound like a lot, but if you have a large corporate or enterprise network and you got 600, let's say we have 600 VLANs, right? We want to minimize the number of instances by using MST, which is a standardized version of spanning tree or standardized protocol. It is used on different vendors, so you can not just use it on Cisco switches. You can use it on Juniper. You can use it on Aruba switches or whatever, right? And not only that, if you have a mixed environment, not with just vendors, but if you have some switches running MST, it'll talk nicely with switches running PVST or even classic spanning tree. So that's the beauty about MST. But not only that, the main bells and whistles of MST is that we can take those 600 VLANs, right? We can split it into 2 groups. We can say VLANs 1 through 300. Y'all gonna be in instance number 1, which is similar to what we're gonna do right now, right? And we could say VLANs 300 through 600, or 301 through 600 in this case, right? Y'all be in another group. So now we've got 600 VLANs, but guess what? We only have 2 instances of spanning tree. That's the beauty of it. You can minimize the overhead of on your CPU, the utilization of it, because it's processing less instances of STP. And what else can we say about that? Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. But that's like we said, that's what we can do to minimize the number of STP instances while still maintaining the same consistency of our network. We could still pick a root bridge, etc., 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 right? Task 2, you will use the following information to create the same number of instances of MST as there were PVST groups, and to assign the same VLANs to the instances as those in the current groups. That sounds like a goddamn second grader trying to read this. What's going on with me? I'm just discombobulated today, man. I had a long day at work, man. Took the daughter home to mom's and stuff, and whew, just a lot of work, man. Just a lot. Which VLANs? Oh, we already did. What was the next question? Oh, how many instances of MST must be created? Well, we didn't see how many groups there were, because they keep referring to groups as if PVST put these things in groups. I guess they did, because those guys are the RootBridge, so they're grouped together in DSW2, and then the first set, which was in DSW1, is the other group. So I guess that's what they mean. Y'all let me know. Y'all kind of quiet over there. Let me reload real quick. I know sometimes I got to refresh, and the group chat hadn't been really working, so microphone check. Okay, y'all just kind of quiet over there. That's good. That's cool. That's cool. But y'all make sure y'all hit me with that subscribe button, and y'all run me my likes, man. How many instances must be created? Well, being that we've got this group, or at least they're in that they're in the root bridge for VLANs 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna say that that's one group, and then this is one set of group right here. This set of VLANs is one group right here. So we'll probably have to do 2 groups, right? Which devices will be the primary route for the instances? Obviously, DSW1 and DSW2. Those should be not only are they in the center of the network, but they're already root bridges for those 2 sets of VLANs, right? This set right here, 4, 5, and 6, is on that one, and then DSW1 has the root bridge for 1, 2, and 3. Y'all see that? Y'all with me so far? Morningstar said 2. I like that. I like that answer right there. Appreciate you for tuning in, Morningstar. So the next one was, which devices will be the primary route? We did that. Which devices will be the secondary route for the instances? Well, being that we know that he's the primary route for the first group, he's the primary route for the second group, then we could just say the vice versa. They'll be backups for each other, right? So they're just gonna be backing up each other, right? Like Riggs and whatever that guy's name in Lethal, what's that? Lethal Weapon, right? Bonnie and Clyde, just backups for each other. So we're gonna make him the primary for instance 1, or VLANs 1, 2, and 3. He's the primary for 4, 5, and 6, right? And then he's gonna be the backup for 4, 5, and 6, and he's gonna be the backup for 1, 2, and 3. Y'all with me so far? I hope I didn't lose y'all. I assume since VLAN 1, 2, and 3 are on DS1 and 4, 5, and 6 are on DSW2, then there are 2 MSTP instances. Correct, Morningstar, and that's exactly what I thought as well. So yeah, I'm going with that as well. Kobe said, nice. Yes, Kobe. So today, I know I'm doing a little something different. I know y'all used to me using hardware or maybe not packet tracer, but I haven't used that in a while. Even G or GNS3 or anything like that. But today we're using Boson Netsim. I'm just doing a kind of a demo of their product. Like I said, this is a promo copy that they gave me finally. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway pretty soon of this. And so yeah, that's the point of this. And this is just in case you guys have never used Boson. I love these products. I used to use the old one when I first started studying for the CCNA exam. And again, they have this product for CCNA, the Encore exam, and also the NRC exam. They also have quizzes, and which I've never used the simulator quizzes yet. They're kind of like simulated exams. They give you like 50 questions and stuff like that. And I heard they're even harder than the actual CCNA. So when you take the CCNA, it's like cakewalk. So they gave me promo copies of that yet as well. I haven't taken it yet, but I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to demo it, because then I'll be giving away questions. And I think that's kind of giving away answers and stuff. So I don't want to do that. But anyway, where are we at here? Task 2, implement and verify PVST to MST migration. So basically we're going to take this entire network. Remember we said we're running in PVST mode. We're going to convert everything into MST mode, right? Use the following parameters. So yeah, task 1, to convert each VLAN group over to a single instance of spanning tree. Use the following parameters. Convert VLANs 1 through 3 over to a single MST instance, which is just like what Morningstar said. So we're taking all of those instances, we're going to group them into one. So VLANs 1 through 3 is going to be obviously in group 1. They said to make it revision 1 and ID number 1. So this is, remember what we said about the easiest way to group these instances of spanning tree. Yeah, I know me and my fire analogies, right? We said that the name or the group, sometimes this is also called the MST region, is kind of like the country, right? Then we said we're going to have a revision. You can come up with any revision you want, right? Then we said we're going to have the instance. The instance is going to kind of like be a state. So in this case, we have the United States as the country, right? And then we said that's going to be the group or the region, right? And then we said the instance will be the state. So in this case, I don't know, like Florida will be the state, but in our state was going to be instance 1, right? Then we're going to have little VLANs will be cities within the state, right? So the VLANs are going to be in instance 1, right? So we have the city in the state, which is in the region, right? Y'all with me so far? And that's how we're going to kind of design and kind of remember that concept on how MST is configured, right? So before implementing your changes, you should verify your MST configuration. What command can you use to accomplish this? Well, the command we can use is show MST configuration, right? We do that, right? Show spanning tree. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that, but it's show spanning tree MST configuration. This lets us know what is configured. Well, guess what? We're not running in MST mode right now, right? That's why this is blank, right? So we need to convert it in MST mode, and then we can see what's the configuration. What is the effect on the priorities of all switches when you change the mode from PVST mode to MST mode? Well, I guess they want us to change it to MST right now, right? Let's see what the priorities are first before we do that, right? Show span, is it priority? No, you can't do that. How can we do that? I guess summary. Summary is going to give us the priorities, right? Or we could just do, no, we got to do actually show spanning tree. Show spanning, right? Here's the priorities we got. And right now I'm on DSW1. So I'm checking the priorities on this guy right here, right? So it says our priority here is 24576 for VLAN 1. Right, next one is VLAN 2, and his priority is also 24576, and he is also the root, right? And the VLAN 3, 24576, he is also the root. So far, everything's the same, right? We get the VLAN 4, 24576, but I am not the root. The root bridge is actually this guy right there, right? No, my bad. Yeah, this guy is the root bridge, right? Because this is the root information. And then this is my information, I believe, right? Is it, or is it the other way around? I always forget. This is me. Yeah, so this is me, and then this is the other guy. Information about the root switch, right? So let's see here. VLAN, what we said about that? Yeah, so that's the priorities right there. So VLAN 5 is 24576. And for VLAN 6, I'm also 24576. No, not me. This is me right here. Right? Yes, because I have a higher priority than this guy. That is information about the root bridge. That's why I always forget. I always forget that. So what else they want us to know? What is the effective priorities? Okay, so let's go ahead and convert all of these guys to MST mode. I know y'all was waiting on that. Like, will you go ahead and go on with the show? Wave check. Yeah, I ain't got no waves right now. I'm actually growing my hair, Kobe, man. Yeah, I had waves for a while. Yes, I do have wave cap on. Some of y'all might have been seeing that stream. Well, I actually have my bonnet on. Yes, I have a bonnet, man. Just, yeah, just trying to grow my hair out and stuff like that. But yes, I have my bonnet because I'm trying to protect my hair. I can't raw dog on the pillow and stuff like that. So no waves right now. But Morningstar liked my analogy. I appreciate that. We got Professor Black Ops in the building. If y'all are into cybersecurity, y'all check out his channel. He gives a lot of, great tips on cybersecurity, how to get into the field, gives us STIG of the day, right? Y'all know what STIGs is, right? Security Technical Implementation Guides, right? Basically kind of like stuff that we need to follow. It's like rules we got to follow if we're in the DOD or the government side and stuff like that, right? Kind of like how the hospitals and stuff like that, they need to follow HIPAA rules and stuff like that, right? Well, STIGs is kind of like that for DOD and the government side and stuff like that, right? So Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Morningstar said VLANs 4, 5, and 6 have a lower priority. Yes, good point. So let's see here. Good point. So remember, we said DSW1 is the root bridge or the root switch for VLANs 1, 2, and 3, right? So I am the root bridge right here. It even says that, right? It even says that right here. So for VLAN 1, it says here, this bridge is the root. And my priority is 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, right? Then it says here, here's information about the root bridge. Well, guess what? I am the root bridge. That's why, bitch, I am the club, right? 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, and then same MAC address right there, right? Same thing with VLAN 2. Same thing with VLAN 3. Now, when we get to VLAN 4, 5, and 6, right? Because since I'm the root bridge for 1, 2, and 3, right? Where is he at? 1, 2, and 3. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? We just said it. We just showed it. Jeez. That is 1, 2, and 3. Maybe I need to get this, make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see. Yes, close it right now. Just close it for now. Make that a little bit bigger. Make that a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna scoot that over so y'all can see that. And then, do I want to close this tool window? Yes. There we go. Good to go. Good to go. All right, and then y'all can still see that, right? So we said, so I am this guy right here. He's the root bridge for 1, 2, and 3, right? And then we get to 4, 5, and 6. 4, it says here, this is the information about the root bridge. So this guy is a root bridge for 4, 5, and 6. He has a priority of 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. Now me, this is me right here. From DSW1's vantage point, my root bridge for my priority for VLAN 4 is 2, 8, 6, 7, 2. So I have a higher root bridge. That's why I'm not the root bridge for that VLAN. This guy is a root bridge for that VLAN, right? That make any sense? Same thing with 5. Mine is 2, 8, 6, 7, 2. Where am I at? 2, 8, 6, 7, 2. Jesus, come on, man. 2, 8, 6, 7, 2 right there. Right? And then the root bridge is this guy. 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. That's this guy right here. He has the lower. So remember, the lower the priority or bridge ID, the more likely it is to be the root bridge, right? So good point. Rock your bonnet. I have mine on too. Hey, that's what's up, man. Man, killing me over here, man. But yeah, I should delete that episode. But yeah, if y'all really wanted some laughs, go ahead. There's an episode. I'm not gonna say which episode it is, which LiveLab episode it is. Which, by the way, we're on episode number 90. One of these episodes, I was rocking my bonnet. So you know, in light of our women that want to rock their bonnet in public, I went ahead and did that as well. So it is what it is. Professor Blackoff Sticker today says the Cisco switch must have spanning tree loop guard enabled. Y'all remember loop guard is, right? Loop guard was Jesus, what the hell was that? It wasn't a way for us to stop other switches from becoming a root, but it was a way for, if we're not getting BPDUs or we're not sending BPDUs, then it will put our switch in not root inconsistency state. It'll put it in a loop inconsistent state. Is that what it is? But either way, the Cisco switch must have spanning tree loop guard enabled. The STP loop guard feature provides additional protection against STP loops. So we must have loop guard enabled. I need a better definition for loop guard. Y'all don't let me escape that, y'all. Loop guard. We covered that a couple streams ago too. I like that. That's Stigs of the day. Provides additional protection against layer 2 loops, which we've already discussed, and I mentioned. It is Cisco proprietary. No, it's not Cisco proprietary. Let's see. SP loop is created. Without the loop guard feature, the port assumes the designated port role. Let me move on. Checks. Loop guard feature checks if a root port or alternate root port receives BPDUs. Just like I said, if the port is receiving BPDUs, the loop guard feature puts the port into an inconsistent state, which is just what I said, but I couldn't remember if it was loop inconsistent or root inconsistent state until it starts receiving BPDUs again, just like I said. So I guess I gave y'all a semi-definition. So where were we at? We discussed the root bridges here. So remember, so let's go ahead and put these guys in MST mode, right? The way we do that, go to global config mode, we say spanning tree mode MST, right? And that puts it in MST mode, right? Remember, at first, he was in PVST mode. Now, if we do show span sum, and we'll see that we are now in MST mode. That's how you do it, right? So we got to do the same thing for the rest of these guys. AS2. Damn, it's already 9 o'clock, man. Oh, but I started late. I forgot. Global config mode, spanning tree mode, MST. We got to do the same thing for the rest of these guys, right? Come on, wake up. Wake up, DSW1. I know you're a simulator, man. I don't know what's going on with him. We'll come back to him. DSW2. Global config mode, spanning tree mode, MST. Same thing with CSW1. Wake up, core switch. Enable, global config mode, spanning tree mode, MST. That puts that in MST mode. Same thing with core switch 2. Come on, wake up, y'all. Spanning tree mode, MST. All right, so we should all be set for this guy right here. He's still, okay, I think he's in MST mode. What about this, the DSW1? That's who wasn't in. Where's he at? Is he awake yet? There you go. Global config mode. Let's verify though. Show, span, sum. And he is still in MST mode, PVST mode, right? Per VLAN spanning tree. We need to put that in MST mode again. Spanning tree mode, MST, right? Real similar to the last lab, except we were doing it in using actual hardware. Next task. We're going to use the following parameters to convert VLANs 1 through 3 over to a single MST instance. All right, so we'll go to global config mode, and these are the let's I don't want to make it too big there so y'all can see the tasks at the same time. That where we at? Where they at though? There we go. Scoot that over that way. There's got to be a way. If the execs over at Boson Netsim is watching this, y'all got to figure out a way to make this a little bit bigger. Because I don't think that's the resolution of my screen doing that, man. Y'all got to fix that problem right there. I don't like that one. Not only am I demoing it, but I'm definitely giving y'all constructive criticism on your application there. So, group 1. So, remember, we said we're going to do kind of like our region first. Region, they're kind of synonymous. Region or group. The MST's instances are created in groups or regions. We got to name it first. So we go to spanning tree config mode with spanning tree MST configuration. Once we're in here, we can also show what we've got so far. Show, which we haven't done anything, right? Show current, and will show us what we're currently doing. Nothing yet. So we got no configuration. How about show pending? Probably nothing yet. Pending. Didn't we put this in MST mode? Yeah, we do show pending. And right now we are pending MST. We got all of our VLANs mapped to instance number 1. Y'all probably wondering, what the hell is instance 0? We haven't even created instances yet, right? Well, there's a built-in MST instance. It's called MST 0, right? It's also known as the internal spanning tree, or IST instance. They put all the VLANs, they all get grouped into one VLAN, one instance of spanning tree, and it's called MST 0. They're all built in. So all of these guys that we converted to MST, they put them all into MST instance 0. Well, guess what? We're gonna modify it because we're all network engineers and network administrators here, and we customize our shit, right? So what we're gonna do is here we're gonna put VLANs 1 through 3 into group 1, revise it, revision number 1, and instance number 1. So let's go ahead and do that, right? First we say name group 1, and then we're gonna say revision 1, and to do the instance we say instance VLAN, really similar to last lab, right? Instance 1, then we say MST, right? No, instance 1 VLAN 1 through 3, and then we can verify our work with show. We just do show by itself, right? Which is actually, no, you can't do that. In real hardware you can. Y'all see me do that in the last stream, so don't let me. Remember, you can do show by itself, and it'll show you what's currently running or show what's pending, right? So we do show pending. And this is what it looked like before, right? We had all of our VLANs mapped to instance 0, and now we split them up. We put 4 through 4094, and they're still in instance 0, but we put we mapped VLANs 1 through 3 in instance number 1, right? Got with me so far? And we got to do the same thing for the rest of these guys, right? What is the effect of the priorities on all the switches? I guess we'll answer that. We'll answer that once we do that. So we're going to do all of this, what we did over again on all the rest of these other switches. So y'all can watch AS2, ASW2. Wake up, man. Come on. Here's one thing I don't like about it as well. So now, remember what we said to get into spanning tree configuration mode? We got to say spanning tree MST configuration, right? We do a show current, see what is running. Nothing so far. Show pending, and we see all the just same thing as the other one, right? We don't have a name yet. We have the built-in VLAN, built-in instance of MST 0, right? And they're all VLANs 1 through 4094 are part of that VLAN. Well, we need to split it up, just like we said we was going to do, right? Do you think you will ever configure spine leaf topologies? It's more geared towards data centers, but it is a better topology for redundant network over the Cisco 3-tier hierarchy. Just asking. Good question, Morningstar. I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of data center stuff, but when you say that, I don't know. I'm more geared towards wanting to do more route switch stuff. I know it seems like everybody's doing route switch nowadays, right? To really specialize, you got to get into like collaboration or even data center, like you just mentioned. But I don't know. For some reason, I just have a heart for route switch. I just kind of like the way, packets just flow through the network, and I that's what I'm interested in and what I'm fascinated with. So I think I'm going to stick with route switch. You could say that this was designed in a 3-tier network right here, right? We got our core switches here, we got our distribution layer switch here, and then we have our access layer switches here. So in a way, that's done like that. But like you mentioned, the span leaf topologies and stuff like that, I don't think I'm going to get into any data center stuff. I did want to do some stuff with Nexus switches because I do deal with Nexus switches at my job. So excuse me, having to deal with VPC and virtual port channels, I have to build those kind of things at work. So the stuff that I kind of do at work, I like to teach on my channel and stuff like that. So I may get into a little bit of that. But as far as VXLAN, well, we got to do VXLAN with Encore. But what's another topic on the data center stuff? I don't know, like fabric, all of that stuff. I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not really into kind of like that data center stuff. I'm more into wanting to deal with advanced routing and switching and OSPF, and I love that shit, man. EIGRP, I love that stuff. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, man. Not more than basketball, but I do like this stuff. So, but anyways, let's do exactly what we was doing on ASW1, right? We said group, right? We said right here, right? We're gonna do our city. I mean, our country or region. Right, then we're going to do our state, right? And then the VLANs are the cities. That's what we're going to do, right? So name, group 1. We said revision. I didn't have an analogy or comparison for that, right? We just said revision. And an instance is 1, and we put the VLANs in them with VLAN 1 through 3, right? We got to do the same thing on the other switches. So I'll go ahead and do that. Shut the hell up and get on with lab, right? I know this is kind of tedious. I could always, and that's the other thing too about Boson Netsim. You can't copy and paste. I just realized. I don't think you can. Y'all let me know. Instance 1, VLAN 1 through 3. We got to do the same thing on DSW2. Wake up, man. Spanning tree, MST config. We said spanning tree. We said revision. 1 name. I did that kind of backwards, right? Group 1. We said instance 1 is VLANs 1 through 3. We got to do the core switches now. Y'all remember my last stream? I could have copied. I copied and pasted, right? Because we had. It's definitely RS route switch. Gotcha. Do you run your own cables? Actually snip and cut my own cables, stuff like that? No. But if you say run my own cables on my hardware, like from port 1 through 6 or whatever, yes, we do that too. Okay, cool. Let me know what you, I don't even know what y'all do too, but that's good to know. Spanning tree mode. Oh, where am I at here? Spanning tree, MST config. We said name, group 1, revision 1, 1, instance 1, VLANs 1 through 3. Right, y'all got any questions about MST or any other fun facts about it y'all want to put in the group chat there? If there's some questions I can answer, there's a lot of smart people in that chat room that can answer, because for me to kind of like try to lecture and do this lab and look at the chat over there, it's a lot of work, man. Y'all don't realize how much work it is for a YouTube channel, man. I was really like, I was gonna cancel on y'all until I remembered that I put in the Discord server, I'm coming back with a vengeance on Monday, man. I was this close to just canceling again, man. But we got to get this going, man. We got to get this going. Now, I think we did all 6 switches, didn't we? Did we do core switch 2? No, we didn't. Y'all don't let me fat finger this, man. Spanning tree, MST configuration, name, group 1, revision 1, instance 1, VLANs 1 through 3. Where we at here? What is the effect on the priorities of all the switches when you change the mode from PDST to MST mode? I didn't check that, but let's see what the priorities are now. Let's look at the distribution layer switch and see what the priorities are now. Because yeah, well, let's do that. Let's do that. So we'll go to, let's say, show span. Let's do just show spanning tree, so we can see every instance here, right? So now we got MST 0. It says here the priority is now 32768. That's MST 0 though. Remember, that's the built-in VLAN. I mean, built-in MST instance, right? So that's VLANs 4 through 4094, I believe, right? Yes. So that is why those are still high, right? Let's see what the next instance is. We got MST 1 right here. Priority is higher. Priority is also higher on both of those. What about MST instance? That's it. That's the only instance we have in here. MST instance 1, right? Right? Remember, we had split it up. Last time we did show span, it showed all 6 VLANs. So this is what happened. It all went to 32768. That's what happened there. Let's look at DSW2 and see what happened. Show span. Show span. Do that. Looks like the same thing here. MST 0, 32768. What about MST 1? Says here, same thing. I would like to know who was the RootBridge, right? Riddle me this, Batman. Yep, salute, appreciate that. CSW, I think that's pretty much it, man. Let's look at the core switches though. The priority on the core switches real quick. Real quick light. Show, span, let's just do that. Same thing, 32768 on MST 0, and then MST 1, 32768. That's what happened to all the priorities. They just jumped up to the default. So that's what happened there. And then we'll look at the solution to see what they really want us to see, but we'll see. Question 3 says, configure the root primary and root secondary for the MST instance for 1 through 3. So remember, we had this guy as the RootBridge for VLANs 1 through 3, and this guy was the RootBridge for VLANs 4 through 6. So now they want to do the same thing, but it says they want us to create a root primary and a root secondary for those. So let's do that, and I'll show you guys how to do that. DSW1, we go to global config mode, and we say spanning tree MST 1 is how you do it, right? You don't go to like spanning tree MST configuration mode to do this. To set the root bridge, you actually just are in global config mode and you do it from there, right? So spanning tree MST 1, the question mark, you'll see we can do it by priority, by changing this the bridge priority, or we could use the macro with the root keyword right there, configure this switch as the root, and that's what we're gonna do. I like to do it that way. We can do priority, but then you got to know the math, right? Because you got to do multiples of 4096 to do that, right? That's why I don't like doing it that way. So I like to use the root keyword and say primary, and that makes him the root bridge for MST instance 1, right? So spanning tree MST, and then the instance number, and then root primary. Y'all with me so far? Now we also want to make him the says here, what here it says there. Configure the root primary and root secondary for the MST instance for VLANs 1 through 3, right? Now, did they say who was the root secondary, right? They did, but it was the part that I skipped because I didn't want to read to y'all like y'all in the fucking 3rd grade and shit. But right here, it says here, at this time, the network has been split up into 6 VLANs. I guess I'm going to have to read it to y'all now, right? With VLANs 1 through 3 being sent through DSW1 and VLANs 4 through 6 being sent through DSW2. And that's basically what they want us to do with MST. So we're doing the same thing, but we're just going to create this guy as the backup for VLANs 1 through 3, right? Is that what they said they're going to do? Yes. I don't think so. Yeah, I guess so. But either way, he said first half of the network goes through VLANs 1 through 3, and then second half goes through 4 through 6. So now we're going to make this guy the backup for MST instance. No, this guy's going to be the backup for MST instance 1. So we got to go to DSW2. I'm glad I thought about that first. So global config mode, right? We say spanning tree, MST, I'm sorry, spanning tree, what is it? Yeah, MST 1, and then the root keyword, right? But we're not going to say primary this time. He's going to be secondary. So he's going to be the backup RootBridge for instance 1. That's what we're doing here, right? So secondary, right? Let's take a look at what happened now. Let's go to DSW1 and see, show span, and we'll see that, let's see, MST instance 0, we don't have anything in there, just, we didn't touch anything with MST 0, right? And then we go to MST instance 1, it says here, we are the RootBridge. So we are the RootBridge for MST instance 1, right? Good to go, right? Now, if we go to DSW2 and see what happens, show span, we'll see that our priority is 32768, so it got left by default. And then it says here, this is the MAC address for the RootBridge, right? Ending in 3959, which is most likely him, right? DSW1. So let's verify that with what? Show version. We'll see the base MAC is not in show version. The base MAC is not in show version because this is a simulator. Remember that? So, but we can still verify that with show span. We'll see what we said, 3757. No, where's he at? 3959. I'm sorry, 39. That's MST 0. 3538 is the RootBridge, which is that guy. 3558. I am the RootBridge, right? DSW1. Let's verify that, right? MST 0, where's he at? There he is. I am the RootBridge, 3538. That really says it right there. Right? Y'all let me know if I'm confused, y'all, or anything. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. Y'all know I try to break this shit down. Just let me know. If there's any clarification y'all need me to, make anything clear for y'all. So, determine the... No, we did that part already. Now we want to do the same thing, but we're going to put that other half of the VLAN in instance 2. So VLANs 4 through 6 is going to be in instance number 2. So kind of the same thing what we did with VLANs 1 through 3, but we're going to do it 4 through 6 is going to be in instance 2, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So I know it's real tedious, but y'all know how it is, right? So let's do show pending real quick, or show current, so y'all can see the difference, right? I guess I got to get out and then do it. Get out, and then go back in, spanning tree, MST config, and we say show pending. We can do current as well. Show current. There it is right there. So same thing, right? I had to get out and then come back in so you can see that. Same thing with VLANs. The VLANs don't get created until you get out of VLAN configuration mode. Same thing with the MST configuration. So we have the group names, group 1, or the name of the region, group 1, right? Then we have revision 1, which we've got 2 instances, right? Configured, even though the built-in one, instance 0, or the internal spanning tree, right? And then instance 1, which we created. Now we're going to create another instance, right? Instance 2, which is going to be VLANs, mapped to VLANs 4 through 6, right? Let's go ahead and do that. We said name, group 1, revision 1, and we said instance 2, VLANs 4 through 6, right? It's really similar to the last lab, right? I know it's maybe some of y'all might have missed the last live lab, but at least, you know, this is why I like doing it. You know, repetition is the mastery, is the key to mastery, right? Is what they say, right? So now we do show pending, and that's how it looks now, right? So now we've got 3 instances configured, same group, same revision. Now we've got VLANs 7 through 4094 mapped to instance 1, the internal spanning tree, right? Then we've got instance 1 has VLANs 1 through 3, and instance 2, VLANs 4 through 6. So we're going to do the same exact thing on the rest of these guys, right? I know, real tedious, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to move that guy over, and let me move this guy over, so that way they're all in order. Yeah, I know I like to be in order. I like to... Oh, please don't crash on me. How about it say... Pop that back. Okay, I guess we can float those guys. That's good to know. I like that. I like you. I see you, Boson. I see you. I can make these guys float. I didn't know I could do that. Okay, we'll go to ASW2. And we say... No, we did ASW2. No, we didn't. Instance 2 is VLANs 4 through 6. Right? And let's see what we got so far. Show pending. There we go. That's all we needed to do. We didn't have to do the group and the revision over again. That's good to know. This is why I like doing this stuff over and over again. So we can get out of this and verify it again, right? Show MST, show span, show span MST configuration, and there we go. That's all we needed to do. So let's go to the distribution switches, spanning tree MST configuration, and we said instance 2 is mapped to VLANs 4 through 6. We got to do the same thing on this guy. Morningstar says try show MAC address table. Yes, we could do that, but then I'm going to show PC information, next door neighbors, but I'm going to do that anyway to verify that, right? Are we on the core? I'll go back to the core and do that. I mean, distribution switch 1 to do that. Show, what was that? Oh, spanning tree MST configuration. We said spanning tree, I'm sorry, instance 2 is VLANs 4 through 6. Right? And then you wanted to see, let's do a show pending. Before I lose my train of thought, let me do these guys first, and then we'll do that Morningstar. Let me see, core switch 1. What am I doing? We said instance 2, VLANs 4 through 6. That's all we needed. Show pending. There we go. And then core 2. Instance 2 is VLANs 4 through 6. Okay, good to go. Now, they said this one right here. We're almost done here, y'all. I think, yeah. So, we're on task number 5. Yeah, we're on task number 5. Once we get to 10, and then we're done. And then we can go to the solutions to verify our answers. That's what I love about Boson Netsim. So, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, you still got the, kind of like the answers to the back of the book like you did in high school. So, configure the root primary and root secondary for the MST instance 4 through 6. So the same thing we did last time, right? We said we're going to make him the RootBridge for instance 1 and the backup, and he is the backup for instance 1. Now we're going to do the same thing, but the opposite. We're going to make him the backup for instance 2 and him the primary for instance 2. Y'all with me so far? Yeah, ask away. If you don't understand, or there's no such thing as a dumb question on my channel. You can ask like, what is a switch? I will, if I don't answer it, somebody else will answer it. But there's no such thing as a like a dumb question on my channel, man. It doesn't matter. I try to answer as much as I can, as long as I'm able to pay attention and stuff like that. So let's do what Morningstar said. Show MAC address table so we can verify. We do show MAC, but that's gonna give us a whole MAC address table. We didn't want all of that. I wanted to know, what is the MAC address for this specific switch, my switch? These are switches, MAC addresses that are learned, believe it or not, Morningstar. He said you don't have to go back. I suggested that when you were asking about the MAC address for each device. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I see what you're saying. No, we didn't. Yeah, I see what you mean. What I was trying to say, I was trying to find out what was the base MAC address for that switch. This is going to give us MAC addresses for everything that was learned. And I ain't want all that. Typically, what you could do to get the MAC address, the base MAC address for your switch, like the main MAC address, you just do show version. But again, this is a simulator. Boson, like I love this application, but it's, at the end of the day, it's fake ass application. They just simulate the environment of an actual switch. So typically, you would see the base MAC address by running show version, and you'll be able to see it in here. But they don't have it on here. So again, this is boss. This ain't even real. This ain't even real application. So Boson 3500. Get out of here with that, man. But I see you, Boson. All right. So after the network has had time to converge, which I've did give it time by talking shit, verify that the spanning tree instances are functioning properly on the switches. How do we do that? Well, I like to do show spanning tree summary, right? Y'all see me run that command a million times, but I like that command, right? Show spanning tree summary, and then we see that we are running in MST mode as we planned. We have that this guy, ASW1, is the root bridge for MST 0 and 2. Oh, hell no. That's not what we said. We didn't want that. We did not want that. How did that happen? Let's go to DSW. Let's go to DSW1 and verify that. Let's see. Show span sum. He is the root bridge for MST1. That's good. So probably because these guys are, this guy is probably a lower MAC address. And that's probably why he became the root bridge for 0 and 2. Looks like we skipped this step right here. Configure the root primary and root secondary for MST instance 4 through 6. That's the reason why he became the root bridges for those. The built-in VLAN, built-in spanning tree instance, MST 0, and also MST 2. We did not configure MST instance 2, so we got to do that. Good thing we did that. So we got to go to DSW1 and make him the backup root bridge for instance 2, right? Y'all with me so far? Remember I said I was going to do it, but I didn't do it because I was talking so much shit. Global config mode, we say spanning tree MST 2 root secondary, right? He is the backup root bridge for this guy right here. He's the backup root bridge for instance 2. So he's going to be the backup root bridge for VLANs 4 through 6. Now we got to make this guy the primary root bridge for instance 2, right? Go to DSW2. We said exit spanning tree MST 2 root secondary. I'm sorry, primary. What the hell am I talking about, man? Root primary. So now he is going to be the root bridge for instance 2. And again, he is the backup root bridge for instance 2, right? Y'all with me so far? So now, and this is the reason why we run these show commands, right? So show spanning tree summary. Let's do it again, right? Because so now, when we left it as is, this guy, the access layer switch, access switch 1, became the root bridge for MST 0, which was untouched, and MST 2. We didn't want that. So now all of our traffic needs to go to him before we exit out to the internet. If we send traffic out to the internet, we don't want our access layer switch to become the root bridge. We don't want that. We do not want that, right? At least if we're, an adept network engineer, we wouldn't do that, right? So he said, I understand what's going on. All right, perfect. Right. I'm surprised it doesn't work on Boson. Yeah, exactly. So it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that they design their application a little differently. So, but yeah, typically if you do show version, you'll see the base MAC address for that switch. But when we did the show spanning tree, we was able to see who's got the MAC address and et cetera, right? So now we run that show span and summary again, right? Show span sum. It will see we're still the root bridge for MST 0. That's fine. That's the built-in root bridge. They didn't tell us to touch that anyway. We're gonna leave that as is. So ASW1 is still the root bridge for MST 0. That's fine. But let's go to DSW1 and do show span sum. Show span sum. And I'm the root bridge for MST 1 as planned. And this guy theoretically should be the root bridge for MST 2, right? Verify our work, show span sum. Just like my boss says, he is the root bridge for MST 2. Perfect. We got some block ports here. We can get down to the nitty gritty to find out who our root bridge is, etc. But we ain't gonna do all that. We just came to do, set the root bridge and convert from PBST to MST, right? Now, verify that there are only 2 instances of spanning tree running on the switches, which I think we kind of did, right? He said, now listen here, verify that there are only 2 instances of spanning tree running on the switches. We did spanning tree MST, right? Show span MST, right? We did that, right? It says here we've got 3. So that's a trick question. We'll see what they say here. Because remember, we have the built-in instance called MST0. We didn't configure it. It was built in already. All this other stuff was custom. So MST1 is 1. MST2 is 2. But technically, we have 3 instances of MST, right? So that's a trick question there. We'll see what they say. Verify the configuration for a specific VLAN. All right, let's pick one. Let's go to DSW2. My favorite number is 4. We'll do that. Show span VLAN 4. We'll do that. And we'll see that DSW2, this bridge is the root bridge for MST or VLAN 4, which is as we planned, right? Because he is part of MST instance 2. We have the lower priority. What else we want to know about it? We all know that root bridges, all of their ports are forwarding, right? That's one thing we also know. And it even says right there, this bridge is the root, right? Can't come any clearer than that. Review a summary of the state of the ports on the switches. Well, guess what? We did that already with what? Show span sum. Just like, that's my favorite command when we do this. When we do this kind of work. Let's do it again though, because they said so. Show span sum. Y'all want my like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. We typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if I'm not too busy at work and life doesn't smack me in the face. But we're going to do some more of this stuff. Make sure y'all join my Discord server, and I'll give you a copy of my study sheet, right? That has all of the stuff that we're going to be planning, studying for. Here's the Discord server. I will show you guys a copy of that massive study sheet that we're doing for the Encore exam, as well as the NRC exam, right? So, yeah, we already did show span sum already. We know that we're in MST mode. DSW2 is the root bridge for MST2. Let's do it on DSW1 since they asked us to do it. Oh, guess what? We already did it. Show span sum. He is the root bridge for MST1. We have some extra, how do I say, spanning tree features. Port fast default, it's disabled. None of this stuff was enabled. So by default, I don't think either channel misconfiguration guard is on by default. But it is on this application. Remember, this is a simulator. This is not actual hardware, nor is this an emulator. So it just simulates the environment of a switch. So I don't think that's on by default, but correct me if I'm wrong. Ether channel misconfiguration guard. They allow you to fuck it up before you fix it. But anyways, determine which ports are in a blocking state. Well, guess what? My favorite command, show spanning tree summary, shows that with what? There it is right there. Blocking. This tells you which ones are blocking. So on MST instance 0, we have 1 port that's blocking. We have 0 blocking on MST1. And 3 that's blocking on MST3. Well, guess what? They said determine which ports are the blocking state. We got to break that down now. So we can't just, resort to show span tree summary. We actually have to look it up with show span. We could just do show span and we'll see which ones are blocking and stuff, right? So we do MST, what we said? We said MST2 is blocking, got some ports blocking, right? Let's go to MST2, right there. MST2, we have these ports that are blocking. FA01. Right? Now, this is from DSW1's vantage point, right? FA01 is blocking. 02 is blocking. We got these 2 ports that are forwarding. That port's forwarding. We got that one's blocking. And those are the 3 that they were mentioning on the summary. So when we did show summary, and it said we got 3 ports that are blocking. Let me go back up and do it again. Right? It said 3 ports that are blocking on MST instance 2. And we want to figure out what it is. We just do show spanning tree MST instance 2 or show span MST2, and we'll see those are the ports that are blocking. 01, 02, and 06. And if you want to know why those are blocking, you're going to have to do further reading in the official cert guide to figure out why, right? But remember, the way spanning tree works, it figures out, okay, this is a redundant path. I need to block this. This is going to be my root. This is going to be my port to the root bridge, and it just does all these calculations to figure out which ones to block, which ones to forward traffic on, and which one's going to be your what's called your designated or alternate port, right? And that's pretty much that was the last question right there. Once you've completed this lab, we can grade our work. That's the other thing I like about Boson Netsim is that you can grade your work to figure out what you got wrong. We do grade lab, and let's see what we got. says here, we've completed the lab successfully. Woohoo! We're going to get some bruhs for that, right? So once you've done your work, you can grade yourself again, and it tells you which one. And if you do have anything wrong, you'll see some red X's right here. And let's pick, like, say, DSW1, and it'll highlight the ones that commands that you might be missing, or maybe you might have put some extra information on there or whatever. And that's what I love about this application. So if you do get it wrong, you know, it'll tell you what you got wrong, and then you just gonna have to go back to the drawing board, read some more about the theory and stuff like that. But y'all know what it is, man. Y'all remember my like button. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to this channel. Make sure y'all join that Discord server. We typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you join that Discord server, you can get a copy of this study plan that we're following here. Well, I ain't say I'm following. I'm kind of jumping around here, but this is the Encore study plan. It's basically a Google spreadsheet or Google document, and I have what we covered or covering for each of the topics, right? So I took the exam topics, broke it down to a spreadsheet right here, and then said where you can find that topic in the official cert guide, some CBT nuggets references, some YouTube nuggets some YouTube videos, some of which are from some guy named NetworkBruh, and he's got some really fire content. I don't know who the hell he is, but I heard he's really good. We got some y'all know one of my favorite books, the 101 Labs CCNP book. We can say where we can get that information from and lab it up. This obviously does not, there's no if it's not applicable, you'll see an X there. So for example, you can't do SD-WAN in that book. That book does not cover SD-WAN, so that's why there's an X there, right? Today we did what we did. We did MST, right? So we go to MST section or spanning tree. There it is right there, right? Oh, by the way, these are red because we have to configure and verify it. So we actually got to do hands-on. It's not just theory, right? We said we need to cover rapid spanning tree and MST. I highlight what we've already done so far. So last week we did lab 3. We did this from that lab manual right there. And today we did that right there, MST. There's also 2 more spanning tree labs for MST from Boson Netsim. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow, or shit, if y'all want to do it today, we could too. But I'm kind of in a doghouse right now, so I'll try not to do that. I ain't gonna do any more streaming today. So we semi did this right here. I'll do it in let's pick a different color. We'll say we didn't fully do it, so I'll do it in light green, right? We'll come back. I'm gonna come back and do the rest of these labs on my own. Tomorrow we'll probably do something from, I don't know, maybe we'll do some more spanning tree labs. But you want to copy this spreadsheet? Again, massive spreadsheet, covers everything, and we've got some stuff from GNS3vault.com, Boson Netsim, 101 Labs. Get you a copy. Make sure you join that Discord server. And yeah, Boson Netsim does have a nice stream. I mean, a nice stream, a nice application, man. They've got, like I said, they've got the CCNA version of this application. Encore, also in RC. They've also got exam simulators and stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to review those, but again, I'm still working with the marketing manager to try to get some discount codes for y'all and stuff like that. So if you want to get you a copy before I do the giveaway, maybe you'll get like 10-15% off or whatever and get you a copy of it. But I love Boson Netsim, man. So shout out to those guys for giving me this copy. For now, comment, like, subscribe to the network.